Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today, Rockstar released their brand new GTA Online weekly update this Thursday. We have some new content featuring a new DLC vehicle that you guys can see behind me right here. We're going to be checking this out in just a little bit. But not only that, we have some new money bonuses you may want to be checking out this week that will allow you to earn some pretty decent extra cash here in game. We also have basically some one-time opportunities on some extra money you could pick up as some rewards. We have some good property and vehicle discounts, tons of free cars this week. The usual, Los Santos car meet prize ride, the normal podium vehicle you get each week, plus 2 actual exclusive free vehicles you can get on in-game websites right now, and more. We have a claimable vehicle at the salvage yard. We have a lot to check out, so let's jump into game. We're going to be talking about Rockstar's biggest and most major changes for this specific week here in GTA Online. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's get started. Let's start off with some housekeeping items as well for this week. We have that new Shitsu Katora utility vehicle, $810,000 on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. We also have drift tuning that's now become available for various vehicles, like the Ubermax Sentinel XS, the Vapid Dominator GT, we have the Dinka RT3000, as well as that brand new Shitsu Katora. The Yonbao collectibles are supposedly in-game for yet another week, and if you just log in, you'll be rewarded with a Red Year of the Horse t-shirt. That's been an opportunity available for the past couple weeks, but if you haven't taken advantage of that yet, now you can. Also, in addition to that, if you complete a drift race in the Anis Euros, you will be rewarded with the Menga Classic livery. You will unlock that reward within 72 hours of completion. We have one more reward to talk about, but it's sort of like a money reward, so we'll talk about that in the bonuses section. When it comes to some of our new content in-game this week, on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, we have a new DLC vehicle, part of the Mansion's DLC drip feed, the Shitsu Katora. So it's that K-Truck, it's a utility vehicle in this game. There's some crazy customization you can apply to this thing. We're going to be checking it out. We can also see a missile lock-on jammer is available for this thing. You could take this to your Imani Tech vehicle workshop at your agency and apply some Imani Tech upgrades to it, which is just absolutely crazy. We're gonna put this in like a neon green. I don't even know where to actually put this. I mean, we could just apply it in our agency, so maybe I'll just go ahead and do that. I'll toss it in there right now, even though I don't necessarily want to keep it in there. We'll put the missile lock-on jammer on in there. Let's check out the customization options we have on this thing. So we have the standard armor upgrades you can apply. We got the brakes, different bumpers we could check out here. We have several different options. We could also check out some of the rear bumpers, and I'll just kind of flip through everything. To be honest, I'm not really that interested in modifying this truck myself. I don't really want to spend money on it, but I will do the performance upgrades real fast just so we could check out what it's like driving this on the street. We have 11 different exhausts, so you can check out some headlight covers as well, all different colors. You can make it look a little bit more mean with the, half covers. You can add some light bars and have some wires poking out the front and whatnot. Different horn options. You can add your missile lock-on jammer for $400,000. The liveries I'm super curious about. There's one bed modification you can make to this truck to make it look like it's like a soda can. Hold on, I want to check it out. So we have the roof modifications. Yeah, you can add the sprunk on top. You can add flint, atomic, and stance different roof options and roof accessories. Add some different skirts, various sun strips as usual. Lower the suspension, transmission. Okay, here's the truck bed. Yeah, so we can actually give this like some actual cool stuff here. I feel like we just gotta go with the sprunk promo, right? Oops, I just applied the wrong one. There we go. All right, and let's check out what we're working with performance-wise. We'll just jam on the gas. Whoa. I wasn't expecting this thing to pick up that fast. I mean, the weight balance is crazy. I actually didn't modify the suspension. I probably want to lower this thing so I don't flip over. This thing is kind of quick, honestly. I thought this thing was going to be a total turd. I mean, again, I'm never personally going to drive this around ever. I'm never going to money grind with this vehicle. This would just be purely if I want to, like, entertain myself because I'm bored of driving every other vehicle. But I'll be honest with you, after this video, I'm never going to drive it again, personally. It's cool, but I hop on this game to money grind, and that's about it. So yeah, I mean, you can see the top speed on that thing. Again, I applied the performance upgrades. So you can see kind of like the handling, the braking, all that stuff I maxed out. I just didn't do any more like exterior cosmetic modifications or anything like that. If you wanted a K-Truck in this game, well, here you go. You got it now. And this thing is kind of cool, If you're into it, then you're going to like this. And like I was saying at the beginning of today's video, we have some free vehicle pickups you can get. This is outside of the normal podium vehicle and LS Car Meet prize ride. We have a $0 DeClassy Drift Walton L35 you can get off Southern San Andreas Super Autos right here, so just claim it off the in-game website. And then in addition to that, you can also get the Dinka Blista Conjo featured here for $0 as well. So this is another one you could just claim off in-game websites right here. We actually have a ton to go through today, and I don't want to harp too long on this because I'll have a weekly update money guide here on the channel tomorrow to help you out with all these money bonuses. But talking about the money bonuses, let's just go through them. We have double money on all of the grass sell missions, both for the biker weed farm itself, as well as your organic produce at your nightclub. So your grass at your nightclub, if you sold that, you know, as a bundle with everything else or just individually, the organic produce product itself would be double cash. And then of course the normal sell missions for the biker business. We have double money and RP on the Sumo Remix adversary mode. If you hit the Rockstar created adversary mode, Sumo Remix, double money and double RP. We also have all the drift races and the stunt races, like the Lunar New Year stunt races. These are paying out triple money and triple RP, or 6 times for GTA Plus members. And then like I was saying as well, the drift races under the normal race category. These are also paying out triple money and triple RP, or 6 times money and 6 times RP if you have GTA Plus. Now at your auto shop, if you own an auto shop and you've done, I think it's 2 robbery contracts, you could start finding exotic export vehicles around the map. Normally they pay out $20,000. They're paying out 80 grand this week because of the 4 times money and 4 times RP opportunity on that. So I'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow. You can get 5 times the LS Car Meet rep at the LS Car Meet this week. Your weekly challenge, which is pretty sweet. This is another really good money opportunity. If you participate in 3 drift races, you'll get 100 grand plus the Bright Manor racing suit as a reward. And then finally, we have another big one right here. If you complete any auto shop robbery contract, so say for example the Union Depository, which already is going to pay you $300,000, you make 270 grand worth of profit because Sasanta and KDJ get a cut of 30 grand. Well, you're making $300,000 on top of that again as a reward for completing any auto shop robbery contract. So you can make up to $570,000 just by playing the Union Depository contract once this week, and you will get that cash reward of 300 grand within 72 hours. When it comes to your major property and business discount for the week, we do have it on the grass farm for your biker business. So all of the grass farm locations, as well as the upgrades like the equipment, security, as well as the staff upgrades for this business will also be 40% off. This is the location I own in the San Chiansky mountain range. I think it's one of the cheaper ones. It's furthest away from the city, or one of the further locations. That way I'm out of the city and I can deliver to the city. My vehicles are located up north, so I'm less likely to get them blown up in public lobbies because I'm not so close to downtown LS. And now jumping into our vehicle discounts, let's check them out. You can get 30% off the Dinka Jester RR for $1.034 million. You can get the Fathom FR36 for 30% off, or $1.127 million. The DeClassy Drift Yosemite is available for $915,600, or $686,700 with the trade price. The Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire is available for $521 grand at 30% off. This is crazy cheap. If you're so broke you don't even have 10 grand to your name, well, you could pick up the Karen Futo for 30% off, or $6,300 as your purchase price. The Dinka Kavos V6 is available for $994,000 at 30% off. The Zirconium Journey 2 is available for $414,750 this week at 30% off. Then we also have the Rune Chebrick available for $101,000 at 30% off. And don't forget, all drift tuning upgrades for eligible vehicles will also be 30% off this week. And then randomly out of left field, we have the Howard NX25 that's available here. You can get it from the Smugglers Run DLC, 30% off this week on Elitist Travel for $682,500. And then as we discussed at the beginning of today's video, you can get the free horse masks and tattoos, you can get the free Dinka Blista Conjo, the free DeClassy Drift Walton L35, and your LS Car Meet membership fees have been waived this week, so you can join that for absolutely free. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, our lucky wheel podium vehicle for this week is the beautiful Benefactor Sterling GT, which if you unlock, you can apply HSW upgrades to further increase all the performance, like your top speed, acceleration, etc. But already, just out of the gate, this car has great acceleration and a super strong top speed, considering it is in the Sports Classics class. For a car, it's, for an old car, I should say, it's got very modern feeling handling. You get really good grip. There's honestly minimal issues with oversteer under normal driving conditions. Pretty stable, really predictable, I think, in the corners. If you enter at really high speeds around a turn, you're gonna unsettle the rear end of this car. But if you crash, it's okay, because you get pretty good crash durability. It's very forgiving if you're a new driver who's crashing all the time, and it's a very competitive vehicle in the sports classics class. You get that classic styling and basically near modern performance, which is awesome. So let's spin the lucky wheel and just see what we can get. We're going to be reviewing this tomorrow in my weekly free vehicles guide, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys an introduction in this video as well while we talk about it. 5,000 RP. Also, don't forget about your daily visitor chips at the cashier too. Here we are at the LS Car Meet checking out our prize ride for the week, which is the Fathom FR36. And it's kind of an interesting vehicle in my opinion. Let's check out the prize ride challenge. If you want to unlock it, it's a little bit more involved to get it this week, unlike the past few weeks where you just do one LS Car Meet Series race and, you know, win or place top 2 or 3 and you get the car. You need to place top 3 for this one 4 days in a row to unlock it. This is typically like the standard prize ride challenge where you needed to do this multiple consecutive days in a row, but recently over the past month, Rockstar has basically been giving away the LS Car Meet prize ride vehicles. Either way, the Fathom FR36 is pretty cool, and I'm just talking about the non-drift variant for this particular portion of the video, just talking about the vehicle's raw performance. Honestly, I have no gripe with it. Acceleration, top speed, handling, general drivability, the feel while you're behind the wheel of this car is good. I just feel like it could be just a little bit faster. You could push it a little bit harder, but the vehicle just doesn't want to do it. And obviously, I feel like that's on Rockstar's coding. So everything is just excellent, but I feel like this vehicle's operating at like 85 to maybe 90% capacity of what it's capable of. I don't know if you guys agree with that. That's just how I feel when I drive this vehicle. It's not engine resistance because it doesn't have that advanced handling flag, but I just feel like the vehicle could just be a little bit faster, if that makes sense. Still a good car though. Here at the Salvage Yard, your vehicle robberies for the week are as follows. On the right, we have the BF Weevil. This is featured in the cargo ship robbery. It's a compact class vehicle. It's the standard range car for the week. Next up, the mid-range car is the Grotti GT500 sports classic vehicle. You could steal this as part of the McToney robbery. Then we wrap up with a Duggan robbery that's going to feature this Maibatsu Penumbra FF. It's a sports car or sports class vehicle. You get the LS Car Meet Vanity license plate with this as well. It's another mid-range car for the week, but it is claimable, as you can see with that garage icon in the bottom left-hand corner of the vehicle thumbnail. So we're going to be checking this out. We're going to be doing a guide on how you can actually unlock this. The Duggan robbery is honestly one of the easier, faster to do robberies, or faster to complete robberies that you could do when it comes to vehicle and salvage yard robberies. So we'll be checking this out later this weekend. But for a claimable vehicle, honestly pretty solid right there. Or if you just don't need it at all, you don't really care about the license plate, you could just sell it as like normal for $347,000. Jumping into luxury autos, you can check out the Anis Minimus that's featured here. If you want to purchase it, you'll be spending almost 1.45 or almost $1.5 million, I should say, right there. And then you can also check out the Karen Woodlander with this customization on it. You'll be spending $1.63 million on this vehicle if you want to buy it from luxury autos. If you guys are watching on today, Thursday, February the 26th, you can see the gun van location right here in the Grand Sonora Desert at the scrapyard. And when it comes to the gun van stock and selection, let's check it out. We do have the service carbine featured here. We have the stun gun, which is worth it for the bounties, the precision rifle, the compact rifle, the heavy pistol, as well as the nightstick. If you're a GTA Plus member, you get 30% off the stun gun. Everyone else, 50% off the precision rifle, which still isn't worth it. Also at the LS Car Meet, we have these test drive vehicles everyone can pick up. So we'll start off, you know, the new DLC vehicle, the Shih Tzu Couture is featured here. One, because it's new, and sometimes Rockstar features, you know, brand new vehicles at either Simeon's or the test drive test track. $810,000, you have some customization that's applied. But again, these are all new Drift Tune available vehicles for this week. So we have the Couture, we have the Dinka RT3000, which on its own is a very good tuner's car. Now with the drift upgrade, it's going to be, you know, a classic tuner's vehicle that will allow you to actually drift around in the game with. It was already really good stock configuration for drifting. Now it will be even better. The purchase price with this customization applied is $1.286 million. Then we have the Dominator GT. I think it's very fitting for a Mustang GT to start to be able to like drift around really easily in this game. You could do some burnouts, and then you could, you know, smack into a stop sign or some light post or, you know, telephone pole or whatever in like classic YouTube video fashion. So if we want to purchase this, $2,195,000 for this Dominator GT featured here at the test track. Here at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport and Car Dealership, we have a lot of tuners DLC vehicles available because this is supposed to be a tuners and a drift week featured here in game. That's kind of the theme of this weekly update for the most part when it comes to a bunch of the vehicles on offer, as you can see. But let's start off because there's a lot of good picks I actually like. None of these are removed from the game. You know, they're featured here for a limited time, nothing like that. Typically, that's what we see at this dealership. These are just normal DLC vehicles available on in-game websites, but you can get some unique customization here pre-applied. So you're going to be paying extra if you want to get this exact car here. First, we have the Calico GTF, you know, probably players' favorites for tuner DLC contract finales. But if you want to buy this car, $1.522 million. It's pretty solid. It's all-wheel drive, super fast. It's just the handling, you know, with all-wheel drive, the handling's good. It's just, it doesn't feel as nimble because all four tires are just clawing at the road around a turn. But that's one of the vehicles we have. It is worth buying though. Next up, the Emperor Vector, one of my favorites featured here today. This is just an excellent car. You're going to spend $1.363 million if you want to buy it from Simeon's with this customization. Really cool paint job. It's like a burnt orange. Very, very nice. Great sports car. And then we will move on here. This is the Penumbra FF, which is also that salvage yard claimable vehicle. So you can buy an extra here, just get another car. You can spend $1,406,789 on this car. The Penumbra FF also feels quick enough. It just feels like a little bit sluggish acceleration-wise. Like, top speed isn't too bad. I just feel like it takes a while to get up to speed, but it's not a bad car, and handling isn't going to be as great as either of these two. Next up, the Postlu. This isn't really one that I'm familiar with. I know the handling was really weird when it came out. I think this came out with the Criminal Enterprises DLC drip feed, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a $1,022,000 vehicle if you want to buy it from Simeon's this week. Obviously, I remember reviewing this along with like the Conjo SJ when it released, and I remember I just wasn't really a fan of this one. I like that older Civic when it released. Obviously, it's crazy expensive and a ripoff, but this is the Dinka Postlu, so you can get that if you want with this customization. Then we have the Ines ZR350, which is just another excellent car. If you want a Mazda RX-7, this is going to be it right here, and you will be spending $1.247 million if you want to buy it from Simeon's this week with this customization pre-applied. Really cool, honestly. I do like the style, and it's a fun car to be driving. It's decent enough to just be money grinding with. Same with, you know, the Calico GTF, especially that Emperor Vector. These are probably going to be my top 3 from Simeon's this week. With all that said and out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be wrapping everything up right here. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys did go on to enjoy, of course, a like rating would, of course, be amazing and super appreciated. Consider subscribing to the channel if you are new and you want to see more GTA 5 online content just like this. Also, feel free to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/HazardusHDTV for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. Tomorrow, I'll see you guys with a brand new weekly update money guide showing you how to take advantage of the bonuses this week because we have some pretty solid opportunities. We'll be checking out all the free DLC vehicles that Rockstar released, both the free ones off the websites, but also the standard free ones like the Diamond Casino Podium vehicle, the LS Car Meet Prize Ride, as well as the claimable vehicle later on this week, and I'll have a guide for that as well. So thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.